Gotta go this way. Okay. Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Bakak, Kudash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders. Hey, we got a little situation with my little suction cup for my holder. I gotta get a new one. I'm just gonna get another one and purchase another one instead of this holding on to this one.
We're gonna continue on where we was at prior to show. Prior show. About going into
Obadiah.
The situation. Yeah, in Obadiah, the situation that's going on in Venezuela, and these prophecies according to the scriptures. Lord willing, you brothers are edified. This is Obadiah verse 8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom?
The wise men out of Edom are them Ashkenazi Jews that's coming from Germany, which are, the top banking family starting with the Rothschilds. They're them Ashkenazi Jews, man. And they are the ones that's controlling the earth. They're the kings of the earth right now, Yeah, bro.
Right. And it says, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed.
Now the Temanites are Germans. And who come from the top banking families come from, they're the Ashkenazi Jews that come from Frankfurt, Germany, which are the Rothschilds. Started with the Rothschilds, then you got the Rockefellers, which are the Rothschilds, but they changed their name to Rockefeller to blend in and make themselves different, but they're the same people,
Yeah.
So
to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
So by the end, everyone by the name of Esau should be cut off by slaughter. What's that slaughter? Thermonuclear destruction and concentrated fire from them Shabbats. But when you go to Jeremiah 51, it tell you that the Most High is going to use Judah to take down Esau. Jeremiah 51 and 52. Wow. So shit is about to get real hectic out here, man. Real hectic.
Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee.
For the violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, man. What's the violence against thy brother Jacob, man? Slavery. All kind of hell that you put upon the sons of Israel, man. You're going to pay for that shit, man. You have to pay, man. There's no getting around that. You have to pay. Buck breaking and all kind of manner of wickedness you put upon our people, man.
Yeah, Derby's dose,
Devil's Punch Bowl. Derby's dose consists of you Israelites, you Edomites, putting hell on Jake through the midst of having them, eat shit because Derby took a piece of sugar cane and ate it. So you consider that a violation, and you violated him by making him eat shit from another slave. You're gonna pay for that shit. And the nigga name that owned the sugar field was Thomas Thistlewood.
Right, Thomas Thistlewood, right.
Goddamn cracker. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. It says, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And thou shalt be cut off forever. After 1,000 years of slavery, your white bitch red asses is going to be cut off forever. There's going to be no remembrance of Esau, the so-called white man. And that's a part of prophecy. And that's all that you have to look forward to. Being put to death. Being eviscerated. Yeah, bro.
In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and carried away, it says, and foreigners entered into his gates.
And that's that's going to the time of the Babylonians when the Babylonians took down Judah. Esau was right there in the midst helping the Babylonians take down their brother. So you're going to pay for that shit too. So you got dirt going back years, centuries. So you think you're not going to pay for the shit you done? You're going to pay for all the shit you have done, man. You're not going to escape the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. You're going to pay dearly. You understand? Are you comprehending me? You're gonna pay dearly. Yeah, bro.
It says, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them.
Yeah, because when Judah was being taken down, the southern tribes being taken down by the Babylonians, you was one of them in the mix, taking them out, taking them down. This motherfucker ran the light. You see that shit?
Oh yeah. You got demons on it, man.
So that's why you gotta be on point, man. You could be a good driver, but you got niggas that run the light. Don't give a fuck. Anyways, you was one of them that took us down, man. You was as one of them. You didn't help us during the time of our calamity. You are brothers, but you knew that, but you didn't give a fuck. You did what you did, but you gonna pay. Yeah, bro.
Verse 12, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
We became a stranger in our own land because we was put out of our land and became captive and exiled in Babylon. And when you go to this day, we in the daughter of Babylon, held captive and exiled. And you was one of them. But now you afflicted us very sorely. And you gonna pay. Yeah, bro.
Neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress.
And they spoke proud against us in the day of our distress, man. And you're going to pay for everything you have said, everything you have done, man. You're not going to escape the judgments of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Like I said once before, man. You're not going to escape the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. You're going to pay for what you have done. That's the bottom line, man. You're going to pay.
That's right. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity.
Thou shalt have not, read it again, Bible.
Yep, thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people.
Which is the house.
Which represents the leadership.
Yeah, the leadership.
Gates, like it says, the gates.
The gates of the nobles, the gates of leadership. You gonna pay for that shit, man. You came in and took down the nobles of the sons of Israel. Not you ain't take them down, but you helped take them down. And you violated the temple with your antics. So you gonna pay. You ain't getting away with this shit. You gonna pay, man. Yeah, bro.
It says, yeah, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. When
Jerusalem was being pillaged and plundered by the Babylonians, what y'all do? You helped do that. You started stealing right along with the Babylonians, taking things that didn't belong to you, taking things out of the treasury, taking things out of the temple that was sacred. But you're going to pay, and that was centuries ago, but you're still going to pay. The Most High, don't forget, the Most High remembers what you have done. So you think you're going to escape because that was centuries ago? Over 2,000 years ago? Of course not. You ain't going to escape the judgment of the Most High. You're going to pay. Yeah, bro.
Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape.
Yeah, you had Israelites that was escaping the judgment and persecution of the Babylonians, and what you did was you stood in the crossway and killed off those that was escaping, that escaped out of the hands of the Babylonians, and you killed them off or you snatched them up and put them in captivity and put them in chains and brought them back to the Babylonians so they could be slaughtered by the Babylonians. So you're going to pay for that, man. Yeah, bro.
Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress.
Yeah, man, you're going to pay. We was in our day of distress. What the fuck is this nigga doing, man? Now he going to speed up. I can't do nothing. This nigga's bugged out, bro. Anyways, let's get back. What you said again? Read that again, bro.
Yeah, it says, neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of his distress.
And what did they do? Delivered up the men that escaped in the day of our distress to the Babylonians. And you're going to pay for that shit, man. There's no escaping the judgment of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Everybody is going to be judged by the Father of Spirits, man. Not just the Israelites, all nations, man. All 17 other nations are going to be judged by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
There is no escaping the judgments of the higher power, of the Father of Spirits. Yeah, bro.
It says, for the day of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is near upon all the heathen, and as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee.
That's right. As you have done unto us, it's going to be done unto you, man. Slavery, hardship, bondage, oppression. Only thing about it, we're not going to buck break you.
Absolutely not.
We're not going to do no derby's dose on you, because that's not.
That's satanic, man.
That's wicked. We're not going to have another man shit in your mouth, man. But what we will do to replace derby's dose, I would take some, because silver and gold is going to be in abundance. I would have some gold boiling, and I would have you jump in that shit. In replace of derby's dose, I would have you jump into a burning, molten pot of gold or silver. Turn you to a silver ornament or a gold ornament. That's right. I would do that.
Yeah.
In replace of derby's dose. I would do that in replace of buck breaking. Oh, in replace of buck breaking, you know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have it whereas you are in the midst of being punished, but in the midst of me punishing you, I would take like how can I say? Like I would take like,
you're not just coming off the top with this, are you, bro?
Snakes.
You gotta meditate too.
Yeah, nah, I'm snakes. It has them bite you now because there's different ways I want to terrorize these fucking Edomites, man. So it's different ways I'm thinking. So I'm not trying to come off the top. I'm just thinking of the most devious, seditious ways to combat
meditate on it, brother.
These devils, man. They gotta pay, man. You know?
Bro. We gonna think of something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right, bro.
This is verse 15. Yep. For the day of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Goddamn right. Everything you have done upon the Israelites is going to be returned on your own head, real vicious like. How you like that? Yeah, bro.
Yeah, because Psalm 7 and 11 says it's going to come down upon his own pate. And then when you look up a pate, P-A-T-E, it means the top of somebody's head.
That's
so
right.
You're literally going to get bashed over your head, man.
That's right. With that sepulcher, we're going to fuck you up, man.
Scepter.
Scepter, yeah.
For as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. So it says you're going to drink continually, man.
That's right.
All right? Just like the scriptures say, you're going to be given continual employment. Well, you're going to be continually getting jacked up throughout the 1,000 years, all right, that you are sentenced by Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Now, that scripture that he's talking about is going into Ezekiel chapter 14. No, what is it? 14 verse 34 verse 14 or 14 verse 34. You know?
Well, you want me to get that?
If you want to get it.
Yeah, Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel chapter 14 verse 34. So when I continue employment.
14:34. Gotcha. Ezekiel chapter 14 verse 30. It's not
34?
No, it's not 34 verses in this chapter.
So it's Ezekiel chapter 14 verse. It's got to be. I know it's in Ezekiel chapter 14.
Yeah, hold on.
What does it say?
Let's see.
So when I continue employment. Salakia
I'll look it
for
up.
that.
I'll look it up.
Ezekiel 34.
34. You saying 14?
34. It's 30. Yeah, Slakia.
You said 14.
34 verse 14. Slakia.
Okay, all right.
I had it backwards.
All good. Oh, there she goes. Fucking waste, man. 34 and 14.
We're going to separate continuing deployment.
Ezekiel 34 and 14.
Got it?
Yeah, it's not saying several continuing employment.
It said in that day, it's a separate, it's going to be continuing deployment. You know what I'm saying? Where they're going to be walking and burying the dead. Forgive me if I'm wrong. I probably forgot.
Don't worry, I'm gonna look it up right here. Continual employment in this. Fucking goodness, man.
Is it 39 and 14?
Hold on, bro.
It should be Ezekiel. Look up Ezekiel 39 and 14.
39
And 14.
14.
I said 34. Salaki.
Right. Ezekiel 39 and 14. And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury with passengers those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's going to be these Edomites, going around burying the dead. That's going to be the first fruits of slaves, starting with the elites of Esau. Y'all going to pay, man. You got more in Obadiah?
Yeah.
Close this out real quick before we just,
Yeah. Definitely.
Hey, man, so, a Salakia for misquoting the scripture. Sometimes you get caught up. Ezekiel 39 and 14. I said 34 and 14.
Yeah, it's all right, brother. Obadiah verse 16. For as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
That's right. You want to break it down? You want me to break it down?
There it is, man. You other nations, including at the top, the so-called white man, you're going to catch holy hell from Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, man. All right, and it's going to be executed through his people, as the scriptures say.
That's right.
Okay? Soon the Ezekiel 25 and 14 on down.
That's right.
You want any closing statements?
Yeah, now, you want to close it, you can close it out, bro.
All right, brother. So
it's all good. That was the last scripture?
That wasn't the last scripture in the chapter.
So how many more scriptures we got?
We got...
Let's get to the point where Esau is going to be totally eviscerated. Obadiah 1 and 18. And after that, we can close it out.
All right,
bro.
verse 18. I'll start at 17. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of... Yep.
How we possessing their possessions, we're going to take their land over, because they ain't going to need their land. Because they're going to be enslaved. They ain't going to need their land. We're going to take over their possessions, man. Which their possessions is their land. Yeah, bro.
And it says, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have spoken it.
Because the house of Judah, which is Jacob, and the house of Joseph, which is the Ephraimites on down to Issachar, is going to fuck you up.
That's right.
We're going to do you dirty. And you're going to learn. You're going to learn respect. And you're going to bow down. So this is just a quick lesson. Shalaki was 2 parts, but we was on our journey doing another lesson. So Shalaki for that. But, hey, Abba Watazaya was edified. With that, we're going to say Shalom.
Shalom. Bible Ball.
Bible Ball. Shalom.